Hi, this is Vivian Moody Perry coming to you from Healthy Earth from Fibroids. And now most of you heard my story, how I had 5 fibroids, one the size of a 6-month fetus, and the other 4 the size of grapefruits, and how I was able to dissolve them naturally without the hysterectomy, the doctor's hysterectomy, or the doctor's medicine. I did it through God's natural healing plants, and also I changed my diet drastically and faith. So I want to come to you, I want to read to you an email I received from a young lady. And she says, "It's amazing, Vivian, that you state your fibroids went away in 3 months with an estrogen-producing herb, red clover, when it's well known that estrogen feeds fibroid growth. So quite naturally, over 90% of the literature says to avoid red clover if you have fibroids. It's pretty extraordinary if this herb somehow worked different in your body as to not cause fibroids to grow, since your fibroids, as with other sufferers, had to be due to some kind of estrogen overload imbalance. I'm wondering, did your fibroids just naturally shrink due to the fact that you're an older woman? On one of your YouTube videos taped at a conference, you mentioned you are 60-something. Who is or who has transitioned into menopause. We know that premenopause and menopause will naturally cause fibroids to shrink, so I wanted to inquire about your take on this, respectively, TW. Okay, TW, I'm going to answer your questions for you. First of all, yes, red clover is a product that has a small amount of estrogen in it, not a lot. I've discussed this on my other videos. And also, that's why it's important that when the women come in, or I've written in my book that you have to have your estrogen level checked before you can take red clover, because if you take red clover and you're putting excess estrogen in your body, you may cause the fibroids to grow. So that's to your first question. And now to the other question about yes, they did shrink naturally through my diet and my herbs and faith. And you talked about menopause. I was in menopause. No, I did not shrink my fibroids when I was 60. I didn't have any fibroids at 60. And yes, I am 64 years old today. Well, not today, but this week I'm 64 years old. But when I had that problem with my fibroids, and it was so bad, and the doctor told me that if I didn't have an operation that I would have a heart attack or bleed to death if I didn't get a hysterectomy. I was 41 years old, 41, 42, and I told her, no, I just will not have it because I may want more children. Women have children up until they're 50 now. And so I went and I used God's natural healing plant, the red clover and other herbs, and I cleansed my body, and I ate all organic meat, and the fibroids shrunk. Yes, they did. I know that sounds hard, but they did shrink naturally, and they shrunk within 3 months. And the other thing is that, unfortunately, I'm finding out now by dealing with different women and going to different sites and all that, there are a lot of women out there that are in full menopause, have no period, and guess what? They have fibroids, and fibroids are growing. That's unheard of. 30, 40 years ago, that was unheard of. But you know why? Because it's in the food. The food is the culprit of why we're having all these problems with our bodies. Not only the females, but the kids now and the men. It's the GMOs, genetically modified organisms, that produce tumors, and also the growth hormone pumped up meat. So I just wanted to tell you that yes, they did shrink naturally, and I was not in menopause. I was in my early 40s. And but there is help and hope for people that also are in menopause and they still have fibroids. It's just a matter of changing the diet drastically and eating all organic food. It's not that it's just in the meats now, it's in the actual food, the products that you buy. But I'll talk about that in some other videos. But I hope this answered your question for you, TW. And I pray that your fibroids will shrink naturally and you won't have to have an operation. And for all the other women that are coming to the site for the first time, go to my other videos and watch out as shrink fibroids, and all my videos will pop up. And also, what I'd like you to do is that I'd like you to go to my Facebook fan page, show some love, give me a like sign, and you'll get a free chapter of my ebook. And for those of you who are still having problems trying to shrink your fibroids and you need a little help, I have put together my coaching program for those who have inquired and requested it. So the link is on the bottom, and you go into that and you get a free, you'll get a prize as well. So thank you. God bless.